in my teenage years, I wish somebody actually sat me down and said, you know what you want to be doing now is using all that spare time you've got, all that energy you've got, all that momentum you've got, using that to actually start something that actually then has the opportunity to grow and make money in the next 5 years or in the next 7 years and boost your wealth even further. Hey guys, I want us to explore investing for teenagers step by step. Now, this video is for you if you are, number one, obviously a teenager. Number two, you've got family members who are teenagers. Might be your son or daughter, might be your nephews or nieces, might be your cousins. Basically, someone you know who is a teenager. If that fits the bill, then this video is absolutely the one to be watching. A much more personal reason why I'm making this video today. I'm a parent. You know, my wife and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and our 9-year-old in 4 years is going to become a teenager. So from a very selfish perspective, I'm actually making this video today because I'm speaking to our children in the future. Okay, so this video is going to be complete no nonsense. Like I'm speaking directly to my nephews and nieces. People who I love and people who I want to make sure they absolutely win. So this video exists for one reason and one reason only. I would love you to absolutely smash it in the future when it comes to your finances. Okay, I want you to absolutely win. There's no reason why, if you're someone who is a teenager right now, there's no reason why, if you really manage your money well, you shouldn't become a millionaire in your 30s or even in your 20s. Our children who are aged 9 and 7 right now, between them have almost £30,000 in investments of money invested in the stock market. Now that money hasn't just been sitting in the savings account, that money has been working since they were born, okay? And when they make money, pocket money and so on, bits of that money is also invested. And we can see if we leave that money compounded and growing and working, there's absolutely no reason why, if they keep investing and so on, they will not become millionaires, at least in their 30s, okay? I even use myself as an example, someone who started off late as a first-generation immigrant to the UK, started investing in my 20s, and in my 30s, we've not done too badly in our own lives ourselves. So I know for certain that if you apply everything I'm going to share on today's video, absolutely no filter, I'm going to be so direct. If you apply it, take it seriously and work with it consistently, you will win with your money. If you're loving the sound of this video today, I'd love you to hit the like button, show some love and watch the video to the end and watch it again, because everything I'm going to share is intentional and deliberate, aimed at helping you win with money. All right, so here's how this video is going to work. 2 parts. First part, I'm going to share with you the absolute mindset for winning with money when it comes to investing. Here we're going to talk about smart investing tips. I'll share them super quickly, run through them and use some real life examples. Part 2, I'm then going to give you step by step how to start investing as a teenager. Obviously, as a teenager, if you're aged between 13 and around 18, you have one account. And if you're aged 18 and 19, you have another investing account. Okay, I'll explain what those are and we'll cover that in the second part of today's video. Right, let's jump in and talk about these smart investing tips. The very first one I'd say to you is don't save, but start investing early. Okay? Now, saving money is a good thing. It's great. But I can tell you that there's a very big difference between saving and investing your money. But more importantly, even bigger, investing your money and letting compounding get to work for you. When I was in my teenage years, I can tell you right now that I saved absolutely nothing. And the reason I saved nothing is because no one told me that I needed to save any money. Every bit of money that came to my hands, whether from a part-time job or whatever, or a hustle, that money was absolutely spent on stuff that I just wanted to spend money on, okay? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't spend money on stuff you enjoy and so on. Obviously, do that. You're in your teenage years, have fun. But what I'm really trying to say to you here is that you should definitely apportion a part of your money to be saved and invested, okay? So to illustrate to you the power of investing early, why it really, really matters to start investing your money early, and why the power of compounding is so important for you as an asset when you're a teenager, I'm gonna give you an illustration on a sheet of paper, looking at a scenario where 2 people are starting to invest their money. One person starts early and one person starts a little bit later, a few years later, and let's see how they end up turning out at the age of 65. Right, let's cut to that. Okay, so to illustrate the power of compounding, let's use this very simple example on a sheet of paper. Got 2 people, Mary's 19 and Ken is 19. They both have £2,000 available to invest per year, but the difference between them is that Mary, at the age of 19,
decided that she would actually start investing at the age of 19. Whereas Ken thought, well, actually, do you know what? I want to have a bit of fun. I'm just going to chill out and start investing at the age of 26. So he started spending his $2,000, forgot about investing, and started at the age of 26. Now, which of these two people do you think would actually end up with more money at the age of 65? So let's illustrate this. So Mary invests from age 19 to the age of 25. Okay, so about 7 years Mary invested for. Whereas Ken started at the age of 26 and carries on investing £2,000 per year, every year, till the age of 65. So you got here 40 years of investing, and you've got here 7 years of investing. So 2 times 7 is £14,000 that she's invested. 2 times 40 is 80k that he has invested. So which of these two people will end up with a much bigger net return at the age of retirement, age 65? Let's check that out. So what we see is that they're both now age 65 years old, and let's say they've come to retirement age, for example. At the age of 65, assuming a 10% return on average per year, Ken's net gain after that period would be £893,704. On the other hand, Mary, let's remember, she only invested £14,000. Ken invested £2,000 per year for 40 years. Mary invested £2,000 per year for only 7 years. Her return, net gain, so total gain, taking away the 14k, would be, in this example, a whopping £930,641. So you're probably thinking, how on earth is this possible? The reason this is possible is because Mary began investing a lot earlier at the age of 19, and even though she stopped at 25, her money carried on working and compounded even more. And if you work out that divided by that works out to be 66 times that her money multiplied, compared to Ken's one, which will work out to be 11 times that his money gets multiplied. The moral: start investing your money a lot earlier.
All right, so from that example, it's clear why investing your money early is super important. And you should absolutely see that as your generational advantage. As a young person, see that as that's my gift. As a young person, I've been given a gift to use the power of time to let money work on my behalf for me. All right, smart tip number 2 is don't trade, buy and hold instead. Okay? Now, as a young person, I'm sure you get all those adverts everywhere. On Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere you go, there's someone telling you to trade. There are people DMing you and telling you to trade. The reason for that is because those people exist to steal your money away from you. Just as I'm making this video right now, there's someone out there in the world making a competing video with the goal of literally stealing your money away from you. What you don't want to do is waste your time listening to people like that. Simply put, do not trade your money if you are a teenager. Focus on the investing strategy of buy and hold. 2 different things happening here. People who trade time in the market. They're buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. They're trying to make a profit and trying to, essentially think they're smart and trying to make money that way. Now, there are people who do make money that way, but they're a very, very small percentage. As a teenager, don't waste your time doing that. Instead, buy and hold. What am I talking about here? Instead, what you want is time in the market. It's a subtle difference to time in the market, but it's actually a critical difference. What you want is to spend time in the market. You buy, you think long term, you wait for your investments to actually get to work, and you get rich slowly. You get rich the lazy way, the guaranteed way, which is the way that actually works. It's what's got me to a place in my life right now where I'm in complete control of my time. I'm sure as a teenager, you want to get to a place in your life one day where you have complete control, where you are able to do with your time whatever you want, whenever you want, without necessarily having to report to anybody. Okay? And I can tell you a big part of what's got me to that place where I'm in 100% control of my time is that I eventually got started with investing my money. But I had to do other things to accelerate that journey because I did not have the advantage of time that you have on your hands right now. So please, I literally plead with you, do not let the time be wasted. That time is your asset, and what you want is time in the market with your money invested, not wasting your time, chipping away at your wealth and your future by timing the market. All right, smart tip number 3 is to allocate at least 90% of your money to equities, okay? Now, this might be a bit controversial, but look, let's be real, right? When you're in your teenage years, what you want is growth, growth, growth. You want your money working for you. This is the whole point of investing. And I should have started by saying this. There are 2 core reasons why you should invest your money. One is because money works on money. Money works all the time. And it will keep working on money and making your wealth grow for you. The second reason is because you're investing to achieve a goal you might have in your life, like one day owning your own home, one day wanting to move out and kind of, maybe ultimately become financially independent one day. Like my wife and I are financially independent. That might be your goal as well one day. So what you want really is the asset allocation that will get you there. The asset allocation that gives you enough exposure to risk, because risk is a good thing because it gives you returns, but not so much risk that you actually lose your money. Now, why am I talking about this? The reason I'm talking about this was I went to an event recently, a charitable event where school-age children, the kids at secondary school showed up, okay? And a lot of these kids, about 100 of them, 10 kids per school from 10 different schools, okay? And we're talking about money, talking about crypto, and all these various different things you can invest your money in. The vast majority of them, had their money in crypto. Okay, now, the reason I'm bringing this up is if you want to invest your money smartly, right? I personally would not put all my money in cryptocurrencies. And I'm going to tell you why, right? Here's why. I'm looking right now, and I put this up on the screen, right? At the time I'm making this video, the market cap of all cryptocurrencies, as at the time I'm making this video, stands at $1.35 trillion. A month ago, have a guess at what the market cap. What that means is the market capitalization. When you add up all the value of all the cryptocurrencies, what value did it stand at? A month ago, it was about $2 trillion. So in 1 month, the thing is almost halved in 1 month. So an asset class like that has huge volatility. Now, there's an advantage to volatility. Volatility basically means things going up and down. There's an advantage to that. I get it. But the point I'm making is, because I'm speaking to you like I'm speaking to my kids, I'll tell you right now and up front, if you want your money to grow and grow consistently, and you're not looking for that get rich quick, because hey, you're in your teens, what are you doing trying to get rich quick? You want your money invested, allocated to an asset class that's tried and tested. Equities, yes, they go up and down, but they're nowhere near as volatile as you invest your money in cryptocurrencies. This is why I said I would invest at least 90% of it in equities. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't put your money into other asset classes. You should. But if you want to put money into cryptos, I would say do at most 5%, okay? And I'm doing that because I'm speaking to my kids, as I keep saying to you, this is what I would want them to do. Now, as far as equities are concerned, I would specifically talk here about globally diversified index funds and ETFs, okay? Now, I know you're probably wondering what these are. If you don't know, I'm going to link below and above to other videos that can help to explain a bit more. But essentially, these are a way of you investing and owning lots and lots of different companies, okay? Such as you investing in the S&P 500, or you investing more globally. But what this does is it gives you diversification. So your money is spread out and you're not waking up with a heart attack and checking your phone every single minute because the thing has fallen so sharply. So for example, if you invested your money in the S&P 500, which essentially stands for the Standard & Poor's 500, which represents 500 of the largest companies in the United States, the US equities market. Essentially means that your money is spread across all those companies. So if one goes up, others will go down. If others go up, some will go down. But it's kind of spread across and spreads your risk across all those companies. So that way, what you are really doing is betting on all those companies, and betting in a good way that your money is invested and grows as those companies perform and innovate and grow their businesses over time. All right, so the next smart tip is do invest in dividend-paying stocks. Do invest in dividend-paying stocks. Now, I mentioned this deliberately because, again, here I'm not saying go picking stocks. What I'm really saying is do invest some money. It's good to take some risks. Do experiments with a little bit of money by investing in dividend-paying stocks. It's good to understand how companies work, okay? Don't take a punt. Don't go gambling and buying random things. Take your time actually look into a company and understand why that company is one that's worth your while investing in. Okay? The only thing I'd say is do make sure it's one that's dividend paying, because such companies are typically blue chip companies. They're usually a lot more established and they're known to be dividend paying for a reason. That's because they tend to be doing quite well and have a lot more cash on what's known as their balance sheets. But what investing in these companies gives you is an opportunity to actually get it wrong as well. Because if you buy individual stocks, it's an opportunity for you to either do well or actually potentially lose money as well. So in your teens, it's a good time to kind of experiment, learn about companies, make some mistakes, and learn what you've learned from making those mistakes. All right, and the final smart tip I want to share related to investing, although quite different, is in your teens, I'd highly recommend spending a chunk of your time on creating a side hustle that makes you money with the goal of boosting your investments. Again, like literally, this is what we're teaching our children. Even now, we're explaining to them how our business work, how online businesses work, how they actually make money, how that money can be extracted from a company to enable someone to actually boost their investments and build their wealth. We're actually explaining this to them in the language that children can understand, okay? So if I was you, in my teenagers, I wish somebody actually sat me down and said, you know what you want to be doing now is using all that spare time you've got, all that energy you've got, all that momentum you've got, using that to actually start something that actually then has the opportunity to grow and make money in the next 5 years or in the next 7 years and boost your wealth even further. And obviously tied to that is you are becoming more skillful. I can tell you right now that some of the best and most important skills that I've acquired in my life are the skill of investing and the skill of creating and running an online business successfully. These are things that you can do yourself right now as a teenager. All right, so now that I've covered that first part, and believe me, that first part is by far the most important part of this video. I'm going to now share with you the core steps you need to take to start investing your money as a teenager. Okay, here they go. Step number 1, choose a platform to invest with. Okay, that's the beginning. Now, obviously, before that, you would have decided what your goal is and what you want out of life and all those things. Yeah, I'm going to skip all that because I've talked about it. But step 1 to choose an investing platform. There are many platforms out there. Some of them are good. Some of them are very expensive and some of them are very cheap. Now, there's a temptation to go for the ones that say the word free on them. Okay, please don't just run to platforms because they're free. Yeah, I currently invest with a platform called Vanguard. It's one that I use. It's not financial advice to you, but I'm just telling you so that you know why have I chosen it. Because they have the products I'm looking for, because it's affordable from a price perspective, because they have funds, they've done very well over time, and because they are well established and they've got great customer service. Okay, so I want you to do some due diligence. Don't just rush into things because your friend said they're using that platform or because Ken said he's using this platform. No. Please go and spend some time, okay? As a young person, you're smart, you're intelligent, like you're dynamic. Spend some time using that thing you've got, that inbuilt intelligence. Use that to do some research. We've made a video previously on how to choose an investment platform. I'll link to it below and above. Go and watch it. Take the time, because when we talk about money, it's very dull, it's very boring. But I can tell you, if you take this stuff seriously, it will literally change your life forever. All right, step 2. Is to choose a tax efficient account. Okay, now this matters because I'm going to assume now that anyone watching this, obviously as a teenager, you know, you're aged between the age of 13 and 19. So if you're aged between 13 and 17 when you're watching this right now, then I'd say a good tax efficient account to open will be a junior ISA. Okay, and in that junior ISA, you are allowed to invest up to £9,000 in a year. So take the number 9,000, divide it by 12, that's the monthly amount you are allowed to invest in that tax efficient account. The reason it's tax efficient is because the gains you make from investing in that account are not taxed, okay? Your money can stay in there and keep compounding and growing for you, okay? So that's for people aged 13 to 17. Now, if you are 18 years old, if you have that junior ISA account, it can then become a proper stocks and shares account, which is another type of ISA, a stocks and shares ISA. Okay, but if you're watching this video right now and you are already 18 or 19, then I'd say go straight and get yourself a stocks and shares ISA, because the stocks and shares ISA is also another way for you to have stocks and shares and funds and all these fun things in a particular tax efficient account. But the limit on the stocks and shares ISA is £20,000 per year, which if you divide it by 12 is £1,667 per month that you can invest. Now, obviously, you might not have that kind of money, but the point I'm making is this: you don't have to invest that limit. You can invest anything. But the key is to understand that those are the two forms of tax efficient accounts that you can explore, are ones that I personally would suggest you explore among other possible accounts that exist out there. All right, step 3, choose an amount to start investing. Now, I've alluded to this earlier. You can start investing with any amount. Now, this is one thing that people get very wrong. People think that investing is for rich people, or people think investing is for adults, or people think investing is for people who have a lot of money. No, that's not the case. You can start investing with as little as £20 per month, okay? The key is to understand that and actually open that account and begin. Now, different platforms have different requirements. That's something I should make sure I mention. So check when you log in, when you're looking at all these platforms, check what their minimum requirements are. Okay, some might have you invest and start with a lump sum to begin. Some might mean that you invest on a monthly direct debit and so on, okay? Now, if it's got a lump sum that's a bit more than you've got, like it might be time to visit Bank of Mum and Dad, or save up some of your birthday money, or have a part-time job to build up that lump sum that you might then need to start investing your money. Right, step 4, start investing in index funds and ETFs. This is a passive investing strategy. Here you are literally letting your money work for you and build up returns for you over time, okay? You are having time in the market and you are not timing the market. Step 5, keep your costs low, okay? Anything that's around 0.5% and below, or 0. something percent, is usually very good. Investing used to be a lot more expensive, and people still charge a lot now. Some people still pay people to make their investing decisions for them. You don't need to do that. If you've watched this video, then you can actually go ahead and invest your money yourself. What's the point of giving away 2% of your money or 2.5% of your money when you can actually do it yourself for 0. something percent? Step 6, automate your investing, okay? There's no point, I'm going to tell you right now, the advantage you've got with being young is that automating your investing is what will actually get you to that place where you become wealthy in the future. So don't try to invest today or this month and then go, do you know what, I'm going to chill out and then forget about investing for another 12 months. That doesn't work, okay? Because you've lost that 12 months when you could have had that money in your investing account actually working for you, okay? So please try your best to make your investing a lot more consistent, okay? And obviously tied to making your investing consistent means saving consistently. And obviously tied to saving consistently is you doing various things that means that you're actually able to save and you're not spending all your money every single month, but instead you're investing some of it. And the final step, step number 7, is to binge the Humble Pennies investing playlist, okay? So if you've listened to me today, perhaps for the first time, you might have seen me on YouTube, for example, or wherever, I would say we've got cracking content on YouTube, okay? I would even say that myself. The content is amazing. Check out the investing playlist, binge it. We've covered topics on literally everything related to investing. And the very first one I'd recommend is to watch the video called How to Make Your Child a Millionaire, okay? I'll link to it below and above. Go away and watch it. And after that, again, I'll link to another one called How to Start Investing in Stocks for Complete Beginners. Again, you should watch that video because it really speaks to anyone who's a complete beginner on their journey of starting to invest. Finally, I want to end this video by saying, don't forget what I've said in this video at all. You are in a place of advantage. In fact, I literally envy you right now as a young person. I wish I had all those years for my money to work for me, and I wish I started as early as you have the possibility of starting. So do not waste it. Take what I've suggested on this video, act upon it, and don't forget that there are other people out there waiting to lead you astray. And what you want to do is make sure you avoid those people and instead focus on being smart with your money and your investing. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today on investing for teens or for teenagers, step by step. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. If you've got any questions, no matter how seemingly dumb or simple or whatever the questions are, jump in the comments and ask. I'm right here to support you, here to help you win on this journey of you building wealth and one day get into a place where you are in complete control of your own time and your own life. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and share this video with more people. We want more teenagers smashing it and winning with money, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and as always, in all things, be thankful and seek joy. Take care, people. Bye for now.